Welcome to Talkpoint, your trusted source for verified, balanced, and fact-based reporting from across the United States and around the world. This week, political attention in Washington has intensified after House Speaker Mike Johnson provided a new update on the ongoing government funding standoff, while President Donald Trump delivered what many are calling a historic address before Israel's Senate in Jerusalem. According to multiple verified reports from Reuters, The Hill, and Politico, Speaker Johnson briefed reporters on the status of congressional negotiations to avert a potential government shutdown. Johnson criticized Democratic leadership for what he described as a lack of progress on spending reforms, warning that a partial shutdown could occur by early November if no deal is reached. He noted that the House has already advanced 6 of 12 appropriation bills and called on the Senate to take actions. Johnson emphasized the need for fiscal discipline, border security measures, and spending caps as part of any final budget agreements. Democrats, however, pushed back sharply. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries accused Republicans of holding the budget process hostage to push ideological cards that would hurt working families. While House officials have echoed that view, confirming that the President Joe Biden would veto any spending bill that includes major domestic program reductions. Meanwhile, the President Donald Trump made international headlines with a high-profile speech before Israel's parliament, the Senate, during his visit to Jerusalem. In its remarks, it marked the first time a former US president has addressed the Senate formally, an event Israeli officials described as historic. Trump's speech focused on the strength of US-Israel relations, recalling his administration's 2017 decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital, a move he said solidified America's alliance with the Jewish state. He also called for greater international cooperation against terrorism and emphasized the importance of maintaining peace through strength. Members of Israel's governing coalition, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, praised the visit, calling it a reaffirmation of close diplomatic ties. However, opposition lawmakers in Israel questioned the timing of the event, calling it more symbolic than substantive. Analysts from Reuters and BBC note that Trump's remarks were as much about reinforcing his global leadership image as they were about policy, highlighting his continued influence on international affairs even outside of office. Back in Washington, Speaker Johnson referenced Trump's speech as an example of American leadership abroad, while insisting that the US must maintain fiscal stability at home. The speaker's comments tied together both foreign and domestic narratives, emphasizing a need for unity and responsibility as Congress faces another budget deadline. As it stands, negotiations between the House and Senate ongoing. Lawmakers have until November to reach an agreement or risk another funding lapse. A short-term continuing resolution is reportedly being discussed to buy more time for a long-term spending package. Non-partisan analysts from the Congressional Budget Office and the Brookings Institution warned that any shutdown could disrupt essential federal services and delay funding for community programs nationwide. Economists also note that the requiring shutdown threats can slow economic growth and undermine public trust in government stability. Trump's Senate address, on the other hand, continues to generate global reactions. Leaders in Israel and several Middle Eastern nations have acknowledged the symbolic significance of the speech, though reactions remain divided across political lines. As both stories unfold, one abroad and one at home, political observers say they reflect the ongoing struggle to balance diplomacy, fiscal discipline, and leadership within a divided Washington. For now, all eyes are on Congress to see whether lawmakers can reach a bipartisan compromise and prevent another government funding crisis. This is Talkpoint, bringing you verified, fact-based coverage of US politics, world affairs, and the stories shaping the nation's future. Stay informed, stay engaged, and subscribe for continuing updates from across America and around the world.